Hello everyone and welcome back to Chess With MNM and also welcome back to Chessable Masters online tournament on chess24.com. Today started the quarterfinals of that tournament and also today's games is so exciting games. Today's games is between Fabiano Caruana and Magnus Carlsen and also between Iani Bomniachi and Vladislav Artemiev. Now today's game, the game of this video is between Carlsen and Caruana, the first game from the first round of the quarterfinals. Caruana here, Carlsen with the white pieces and Caruana with the black pieces. Carlsen opened this exciting game by d4. Queen's pawn opening played by Carlsen. Knight to f6 played and now c4. e6, knight to f3 played, d5 and now knight to c3. Now here the most played move is bishop to e7. Okay, bishop to e7 and then bishop to g5 comes and then castle e3 and then when this bishop moves then the black will capture on the c4 square. But here instead bishop to e7 and this is the most played move, our bishop to b4. Caruana here played a6. The idea by a6 here, if you play something like e3 example, then d capture on c4 comes. And after bishop capture, then b5 comes, attacking the bishop. When you move your bishop away to anywhere, then bishop to b7 come. Now, the idea here is playing a6 and b5 with tempo on your bishop and forcing him to move twice, our triples, I think, bishop to e2, yeah, and then bishop capture on c4, and then bishop back to e2. And by this, the black here developed his bishop for a free on your, with tempo, sorry, on your bishop. So here after a6, Carlsen captured c capture on d5, with an idea that if I play e3, then you will not force me to play bishop capture on c4, and by this you will not play b5 with tempo on my bishop. But the problem by c capture on d5, now I don't have to play something like b5 because now this diagonal open for my bishop. Okay, e capture on d5 played and now bishop to g5 developing the bishop, also pinning the knight. Bishop to e6 played and now e3 preparing to develop this bishop. Knight b to d7 played by Caruana and now h3. h3 is a how can I say it, prophylactic idea, preventing the g4 square from the knight, also from the bishop in the future. Okay, also making room for the king in the future when when the white castle into the king side. Bishop to d6 played by Caruana and now bishop to d3, both players preparing to castle here. c6 supporting the d5 square and now bishop to f4 played. Bishop to f4 it seems like a weird move, however, but the idea by this move is when you capture on the f4, then I will recapture by the pawn, threatening f5 to trap this bishop. Okay, so you have to play something like g6, preventing f5. Now I have this idea and this queen to d2, with an idea that I want to catch castle into the queen side, and then queen to b1 comes, and then I will push the majority of the king side to make passed pawn, or to make your a strong attack on your king when you castle into the king side. Okay, so here after bishop to f4, Caruana declined that offer, and here Caruana simply played queen to c7, defending that bishop. Bishop capture on d6, queen capture on d6, and then both players castled here, and now queen to b3 attacking the pawn on the b7 square. Rook a to b8 defending the pawn, and now a4 I want to grab more space on the queen side. Rook f to e8 developing the rook on the semi-open e file, and now queen to a3. I want to queen to f3 offering to exchange the queens. Caruana here declined that, and Caruana here played queen to c7. Okay, queen to c7 played by Caruana, and now rook f to c1. Queen to c7, one of the ideas by this move is preparing to pushing c5. So here rook f to c1 played, controlling the c5 square, also developing the rook on the queen's file. Okay. Knight to b6 played by Caruana. Knight to b6 developing the knight, maybe knight to c4 at some point will be a good idea. So here after knight to b6, b4 played. b4 preventing c5 for the black, okay? And here Caruana played rook to a8. Rook to a8 wasn't the best move at this position. I mean, the idea by Caruana's idea by this move is pushing something like a5. Pushing something like a5, and attacking one of the controller or one of the defenders of the c5 square to pushing c5 in the future. But the problem that this move doesn't work, because simply here Carlsen played a5, not only the black to push a5, also grabbing a space on the queen side, also attacking the knight. The engine here says that instead rook to a8, the black here had to play knight to c4. Knight to c4 is a strong idea, and it's a strong square for the knight, attacking the queen, with an idea that if you capture that knight, then simply I will be captured by the pawn, and the next move will be b5, and I have so strong passed pawn on the c4 square. But Caruana missed that idea, and Caruana here played rook to a8, a5 played by Carlsen, attacking the knight, and now knight back to c8 played by Caruana. b5 now, a beautiful move to activate the whitest pieces, yeah. With an idea that if you captured by the A, and this is what happened in the game, I will capture by the knight, with an idea that you cannot capture by the pawn, because if you did that, then you will lose your queen. Queen to d8, I moved my queen from the file, so you have to move your knight too. Knight back to c3 plate, and now knight to d6, developing the knight. Here queen to b4 played by Carlsen. Queen to b4 activating the queen, putting a pressure on the b4 square, or if that knight move it to anywhere. So here queen to e7 played, queen to e7 defending the b7 square, so I'm able to move my knight to anywhere. Okay, and now a6 played by Carlsen. a6 is a beautiful idea. I want to activate my pieces, and there's another idea about this move. When you capture by the b, and this is what happened in the game, now the c7 pawn, the c6 pawn now is so weak. There is no b pawn anymore, or to protect the pawn, and also there is no d pawn, because now the d pawn is on the d5 square. So you don't have any pawns to protect the pawn of the c6. So by a6 now I weakened the c7 square, and the white's plans here will be putting a pressure on that square, and this is what we'll see in the game. Rook capture on a6 played, rook capture on a6, bishop capture on a6, and now rook to a8 attacking the bishop, and now bishop to f1 played by Carlsen. Bishop to f1, and now knight to c8. Knight to c8, let's just exchange the queens, and here Carlsen declined that, and Carlsen he played queen to b2, because I need the queens and I need the pieces to put a pressure on your c6 pawn, on your weak c6 pawn. Knight to d7 played. I mean, knight to d7. What the idea by this move? The idea here is playing rook to b8 to attack the queen. Okay. So after knight to d7, knight to e2. Sorry, played by Carlsen, and now rook to b8 attacking the queen. Queen to c3, putting a pressure on the c6 square and attack him. And now rook to b6, defending that pawn. Queen to a5. Queen to a5, putting a pressure on the defender of the c6 square, and also activating the rook to put a pressure on that square. Queen to d6, supporting the c6 pawn, and now knight to f4, developing the knight with an attack on the bishop. Knight to e7, played by Caruana, supporting the c6 square more, and now knight capture on e6 played. Pawn capture on e6, and now knight to e5, a beautiful move, putting more pressure on the c6 square. And this is what we said before. I mean, all the white's plans is putting a pressure on the weak c6 pawn. Knight to e5. Now the idea here, you cannot capture and then capture, because simply if you capture by the knight, then you will lose your rook, because this knight is the only defender of that rook. So for this reason here, Caruana moved this rook away, rook back to b8. Now I want something like knight capture on e5 and then queen capture to win a pawn. But here Carlsen simply played queen to a7, with an idea that if you capture, I will recapture by the pawn. You cannot capture by the queen, because simply you will lose your knight on the e7 square. So knight capture on e5 played, and after d capture on e5 here, queen back to d8 played by Caruana. Okay, and now bishop to e2. Bishop to e2 by Carlsen played, and here Caruana didn't play the best move at this position. Caruana here played king to h8. Now the idea by bishop to e2 is that I want to play bishop to g4 and to attack your e6 pawn. Okay, now here the best move for the black is playing rook to a8, trying to activating the rook, trying to do some counter attack, or trying to do something on the queen side or on the other side. Queen to a8, maybe queen to a2 at some point to make something on the queen side, or make some counter attack. But here instead rook to a8, Caruana missed that, and Caruana played king to h8. Now the idea by this is when you capture on the e6, then this move will not come with a check on my king. Bishop to g4 played, and now knight to g6. Now the problem here that you cannot defend that pawn by any piece. If you cannot play queen to d7 because there is a queen protecting that square, and you cannot play something like queen to c8 because you will lose your knight if you do that. So knight to g6 played. Caruana's idea here that if you capture on the e6, then I will capture on the e5 and everything is good. But Carlsen here simply pushed f4. f4, I'm protecting that my e5 pawn. So show me now how you will protect your e6 pawn. Now the problem here that if you play something like a queen to e8, for example, defending the pawn, you can I simply can capture it because your queen is overloaded. Has to you protect your rook. Also, the pawn on the e6 square. So here after f4. Caruana played rook to a8, trying to do something, attacking the queen. Queen to c5 played, now I'm attacking your c6 pawn, also your e6 pawn. How will prevent both of the threats? There is no way to do that. Queen to e8 played, queen capture on c6 now, queen capture on c6, and now rook capture on c6 played by Carlsen. D4 here trying to do something. The idea by d4 is when you capture by the e, then I will grab your f4 pawn, and this is what happened. E capture on d5 on d4, knight capture on f4 played, and now g3 attacking the knight. Knight to d3 played by Caruana, and now bishop to e capture on e6, dropping as grabbing a pawn. Rook to a1 check played by Caruana, trying to do something, but he's simply king to g2. G6, making room for the rook, because rook to c8 was a threat by a checkmate. Bishop to c4 attacking the knight, knight to b4 attacking the rook. Simply rook to c8 check played, king to g7, and now d5 played by Carlsen, and it was at this position that Fabiano Caruana simply resigned the game. Now Caruana, why Caruana resigned the game? Because here Caruana is down 2 pawns and 2 connected passive pawns. I mean, it's not that easy to stop these 2 pawns, and I mean, it's such a winning end game for the white. So for the season here, Caruana simply resigned the game. So yeah, now the result is 1-0 for Carlsen. So let's see what Caruana will do in the next games. So hope this is the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, you can check out my previous videos, and see you in the next videos.